Yo, what up, everybody? This is Ray Daniels, a.k.a. the Culture Referee.
And this is Tamara Smith, a.k.a. a girl from Harlem.
And
this is The Guy Show.
Bo, 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 bo. And today, we have a very special guest. Somebody who everybody know I claim. I'm from College Park. He's actually named after College Park. He named it Collipark. He been a legend in 2 games, actually 3 games, because he was a artist first, producer, and he ran a label. Like, legendary. He don't come outside that often. I can't believe he showed up. I ain't gonna lie. When they told me he was coming, I was like, come on, man. You're right. You gonna catch his brother Derek outside talking more than you gonna catch him outside. They look just alike. You might think you're talking to Smurf, but you're talking to Derek. You don't know the difference.
And that's happened.
Exactly. But we have our big bro, the legend, A-Town legend, DJ Smurf, a.k.a. Mr. Collipark in the house today.
Yeah.
But welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here, man. I'm a fan already.
Man, I appreciate that, man.
Already.
You know, we're just trying to make sure that, tell the stories of our culture in a way that's not salacious.
It's resonating.
Entertaining. Thank you, brother.
It's resonating.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming. So I'm going to throw it to T. Let's go.
All right. So like Ray said, you had kind of like 3 to 4 lives in this industry, right? So you started as a DJ. What was your biggest, shock transitioning from DJ to artist to producer? Like what?
It's all a natural transition. It's like when one period is over, it tells you it's time to go to the next. So for me, it was not. Everything was natural. Like as a DJ, when I started DJing for MC Shy D, who's one of the first artists here out of the city, I started producing for him. And from that, me producing from him, that's how I got my first record deal. I just would mess around with music. And one of the few songs that I had went on a compilation, which got me my first artist deal. Yep. So that was a natural. It ain't like I was out here looking for record deals and stuff like that. So let me go back. From a DJ to producing, my DJing led me to producing. Yeah. And I was sampling records that I was DJing.
Because you did mixtapes type of stuff, right?
Mixtapes. One of the first mixtape crews in Atlanta. I don't like to say the first because there's always somebody somewhere.
Somebody gonna argue that they was there first.
Right. So, but we was before Oomp Camp. Shouts out to Oomp.
I need Oomp to show. That's my bro. I need Oomp on the show. He a legend. They don't understand Oomp.
We was before Jelly and Oomp Camp. But yeah, so DJing, producing, artist. I did 4 albums as an artist. DJ Smurf. That was my name back then. And then I got my label.
So here's where I want to start. The thing I was just thinking about you, and I was like, the thing about Smurf to me was, I can call you Smurf, right? I mean, I know you Collipark, but I'm like, I always call you Smurf. The thing about Smurf to me was that you always went left of center, right? So I give you an example. I don't think there were too many people who would have signed a Soulja Boy in the era of where he comes from, right? Right. You did, right? I don't think there are too many people who would have signed the Ying Yang Twins. Like, you basically found artists that were in their own lane, or hell, you cut the lane out. What's your thought process? How do you think that other people, how about this? What the hell do you know that everybody else doesn't know? I want to know the thought process.
Instinct, man. So for me, I never signed an artist that came looking for a deal. So when I saw these artists, like take Ying Yang for instance, D-Rock was a solo artist. Yep. Right.
He did Bankhead Bounce.
Bankhead Bounce. Yep. Atlanta Booty Shake record, and we'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that in a second.
So D-Rock was a solo artist that Kane was helping write.
Okay.
Right.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Kane was helping D-Rock work on some music for his project. That's how I met Kane. Yeah. So D-Rock was supposed to do a feature on one of my DJ Smurf albums, and the guy that his cousin was supposed to get on the record with him. Whatever happened, he didn't show up. Kane wound up doing the record with him, and that was the first time they did the Yin Yang. So when I heard them together, I was like, yo, I don't know what y'all doing, but y'all need to do a group.
Oh wow. So
if you look at my Dead Crunk album poster, it says introducing the Ying Yang Twins.
How they come up with the Ying Yang Twins?
I don't know. To this day, I don't. You ask them 3 different times, you get 3 different answers. You know what I mean? So, but that was the first time that they performed officially as the Ying Yang Twins. They weren't even doing none of this stuff. It was player music, like what we talked about.
Exactly.
It wasn't no twerk music at the time. So that was the introduction of. But when I heard them together on Wax, I literally got chill bumps. Literally chill bumps, and I wish I had the record, man. It's incredible to this day. A record called 1-on-1. Look that up. DJ Smurf featuring Ying Yang Twins. But when I heard it, So when Raheem put Drama out with the left, right,
right, yeah.
our style of music was kind of phasing out.
I was about to say, bro, you're not giving yourself enough credit because Booty Shake music was gone.
Right.
And it was like the player era where it was like the organization and, you know, Sammy Sam ride with some players and all those records.
Right.
And out of nowhere, here comes Whistle While You Twerk.
That's right.
And everybody's like it was almost like I ain't gonna lie. I thought, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people thought, this is why I got to give you credit. That shit gonna be here to go on tomorrow. Because it was kind of like in its own ecosystem.
Right.
But man, you took that shit.
Well, I think for me, when I signed the group back then, I never tried to please everybody. It was a target audience that I would try to get. And believe me, I didn't know Ying Yang Twins would blow up the way they did, right?
Yeah,
I got to be honest.
I'm glad you said, I'm like, bro.
I'm going to be honest. So when we did Whistle While You Twerk, that was an Atlanta strip club song.
Strictly for the strip clubs in Atlanta.
285.
Yep.
But that was big in New York too. Like I want to say, like in high school, we were like acting up to that.
That's what I'm
song.
saying, though.
Like,
So,
that made it to New York,
right? So when we made it, if you listen to the lyrics, we literally just calling out strip clubs in Atlanta.
In the city.
Yeah.
Shout out to the girls in Magic City.
Right.
Yeah.
So we had no clue that it would jump across the country and wind up in L.A.
Yeah.
Because, you know, SoundScan, we would say, well, how did it get way out there? So it expanded. But the way I promoted that record, I remember dudes when I would pass out, I was passing out flyers and CDs and all that. They would throw the flyers down in my face. But I remember, I said, my promo technique for that, I gave 20 CDs to 20 dancers in every club in Atlanta. I said, I know women, once strippers get this record, they going to ride. And that was the promo plan. That's crazy. I was right. So I always know what women are, niggas going to follow.
But what label did you put them out?
Me.
Through? No, I'm saying
independent.
Independent. So that was independent.
That was Collipark. Southern Music Distribution.
Yes.
I was over there. John was over there. Rashida was over there. Luda was over there.
Wow.
I want to say Troy was over there. Yeah. Miracle was over there. I want to say everybody was over there.
Yeah.
And we would blow up and then go. We had to give him a cut. Yeah. We had to give him a cut, and that's what he fucked up. He got greedy. Shouts out to Mike Walker. I never said his name publicly. You get it first.
That's good.
Yeah. You talked about trusting your instincts, but like when you're signing somebody like the Soulja Boys and the Ying Yang Twins and everybody's looking at you crazy, how do you get the courage to still follow through with it? And
it's not courage. I look at them like they ignorant. They don't know what I know. So you laughing at me and I'm laughing back at you. I'm just not showing it.
You laughing to the bank.
Right.
Period.
Right. So even with Soulja, I remember hearing people who I knew talking shit about Soulja. And but I already knew the fan base was there. Yeah. They didn't know that. They just saw some kid doing some shit. But his fan base was already massive. Yeah. So when we packaged it correctly and shot that video, I knew already before we were recouped before the album even came out.
That's crazy. Cause y'all did what you did was, I feel like Ying Yang, Soulja, even VIC, I feel like all those artists, when they first came out, I'm willing to bet 85 to 90% of the population thought they were gonna be a one-hit wonder.
Right. And they still call them one-hit wonders just
just
because it sounds.
Headlining the tour right now. They on a screen tour right
now.
But
I'm saying like Hurricane and Vic. You know, exactly. They all call these guys.
Yeah, but Vic came out. You signed Vic to Silly. The dance flow Silly.
He didn't. That wasn't even the deal. The song that got him the deal. It was a song called "Riding Batman."
Yes.
And Get Silly was the second song they asked for.
Yes, because we used to do talent shows back in the day with him. So I remember I went to high school with Vic.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
He went to Banneker with me.
Okay.
Yeah, he went to Banneker with me. So I went to school with Vic. But Vic would do Silly, but Wobble comes out. And don't Wobble sell like 500,000 records a year, some shit like that? Like
I don't know the exact numbers, but it's still good.
It's still going. You still making money from it. You ain't missing a meal.
Yeah, I ain't missing nothing.
Croom's family is okay.
We all right.
Nah, the crew, I'm telling you, but all your stuff, it felt like here today, gone tomorrow. But was it like, what were you thinking? Was it like, okay, Whistle While You Twerk? Like, even you said, I ain't gonna lie, we made this to 25. Then it takes off. So what are you thinking now when it comes to like next record? Like, what are you thinking? Like, as a producer?
As a producer, I've always not tried to please everybody. So it's like whatever I'm on, that's what it's on. And if it's good, dope,
yes,
it's gonna sell.
Yes.
So when you hit the block with this uncut,
you're
You're going to get rid of that first batch, and then it's just going to keep going. Yes. That's the way it is with anything. If you got good product, like this show.
Yeah.
You know, you serving.
I tell everybody that.
You serving an audience that's not being served.
Yes.
So it'll be so good and so potent.
Yes.
That, you know, the interviews that you've done and the ones you got lined up, the audience is just going to keep going. Because they ain't got nowhere else to go get it.
Yeah. And I try not to be salacious. I really, like, I was just telling somebody earlier, it's going to drop. I was telling somebody, I was like, dog, you don't even know you're the reason why we signed the Interscope. You're the reason why we signed it. You don't even know.
I don't.
You called us to write a song for Fergie.
Okay.
You sent us this beat. And you was like, hey, and it wasn't even you, because you didn't even talk. Like, you was just like, I'm telling you, Derek was the one in the room. Derek was in the room. Like, hey,
he's still like that.
He's like, hey, man, we just signed with Interscope, and this man, Jimmy, is giving us the house. And if you and y'all want to get in here, and you was like, man, they opened up the books to us. And we was writing the record for Fergie. Like,
okay.
It was like major to us, too.
Right,
like,
right, no doubt.
You know, you had all the hits out. You know what I'm saying? So we writing the record for Fergie, and I'm like, dog. And then I was just telling Vince, I was like, yo, when Lil Jon and them came, y'all was at Warner, Akon came, and Akon was at Interscope.
Right.
And y'all was at Interscope, but y'all was like, I think just getting Vic going, and it was like
Vic was at Warner and Soulja was at Interscope.
Exactly, but y'all just got you. It was basically like you had Vic at Warner, Soulja at Interscope, but y'all focus was Interscope. It was like Jimmy was cutting y'all checks. Yeah. So you already know. So then we was like, and then you was like, hey man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Hey man, Jimmy. So I was like, we sat down. Was like, yo, fuck that. We gotta go with Akon. And I remember I sat with Akon because y'all was just kind of like, we got Soulja coming, and I sat with Akon. I was like, yo. You gonna take us to Jimmy? He's like, hell yeah, I got you. I can take you right to Jimmy. All right, we're gonna sign with you. Get the deal done. And we didn't even ask for no advance at the time.
Wow.
We just wanted him to take us to Jimmy.
Right.
And look how that worked out for us. But
no doubt.
Y'all was the one that gave that to us. But I'm just looking at you and I'm like, first of all, I think you're too quiet. I think you're too quiet. I think that let's be clear. A lot of shit you did still could work today. Nah. If somebody dropped the Whisper song and you never dropped the Whisper song, that shit would still be groundbreaking right now.
Yeah. And I will say this. I just argued with my man, Carl. I told him I honestly think the Whisper song is one of the top 10 greatest rap records ever made. And he looked at me crazy. Are you serious? And this is my man.
Yeah, exactly.
What makes you think that song right there? I said, dog, creatively, no record has ever been. That's groundbreaking. Creatively.
I don't care how much you thought you might have been above what Ying Yang was doing with Why You Twerk. When that came out, everybody had to respect it. So we were just creating. Yeah. Again, we weren't trying to please everybody. Exactly.
When we went into recording mode, we were just being creative. But when it caught, because I want to never, it got leaked.
I want to hear the idea. I want to hear the creation. Y'all in the room. I want to hear, how did it go?
Well, so I had the beat, and I was, Drop It Like It's Hot had just come out. So I'm a huge Pharrell fan.
Yep.
So when that beat came out, it fucked me up. All the little mouth sounds in the beat, all that shit was very minimalistic. So I was just fucking around with some shit at the crib. So we were in New York doing some shit, and we were waiting on the car after we ate. And we just sitting there waiting on the car. Now I said, hey man, we just started talking. I said, man, I got this beat I did at the crib. Shit ain't got nothing in it, just blah, 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 blah. And I said, what would be cool if we just did a whole song whispering. And so this with no beat. They hadn't even heard the beat yet. So I want to say Kane, they just started throwing ideas back and forth, and Kane said, wait till you see my dick. All the idea,
they didn't hear the beat yet.
The idea of the song came with us waiting on the car and me just describing the beat. Fast forward, we were at the studio back here at the Zone in Atlanta, waiting on Roy Jones to come to the studio with Mr. Magic, R.I.P. Mr. Magic.
Yeah.
Because he got in our What's Happening video with Trick.
Yeah.
And for a swap out, we had to do a song for Mr. Magic. So they was coming to collect.
Yeah.
They was running late. It was raining. He done drove the rolls all the way from fucking Pensacola. So we waiting, and they getting antsy. So I said, I got that beat in the car.
Exactly.
So while we waiting on Magic and Roy, I get the beat CD out the car, and I bring it in. And the rest is history.
Man, that's crazy.
Recorded the record waiting on Roy to get in there. And what you hear, no, the record that came out is just a 2-track off that CD. We didn't even bounce to.
Why?
I didn't even track the beat because it got leaked.
Oh,
and when it leaked, it caught so fast.
Yeah.
Hell, it wasn't number 3 sounds in it.
Yeah.
I was like, shit. The hardest part was mixing the vocals.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Joel for mixing that record too.
I'm gonna beat that pussy up.
I don't give a damn. I say, now I ain't gonna be humble about that. That record right there, is, in my humble opinion, top 10.
Did you think when you made it, this shit about to go crazy?
I'm a DJ first, so I'm big on when that motherfucker drop.
Yeah.
The reaction of that, the response of when that beat drop.
Yeah.
What's the response? I've never seen a record when the beat drop react like that. To this day, I don't care where you at. The first 2 bars of that doom doom doom, you gonna get it might die down on the third bar, but them first 2 bars.
But the way they carried it though, the way I'ma beat that pussy like BM.
And we rebranded everything. That's when I became Mr. Collipark from DJ Smurf.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I rebranded everything.
That's when David Banner came to see you. You did the record with Banner. Wasn't he trying to whisper on the record too?
Yeah. Oh, he came like, yo, nigga, like, yo. he the one that went public first saying Collipark is responsible for this sound.
Yeah.
Because Ying Yang wouldn't say it.
Yeah.
They wouldn't say it, but Banner went like on 106 in Park, like, yo, Mr. Collipark, this his shit.
That's crazy.
So, yeah.
That's crazy. So, so now when you go to Soulja, like, that was to me, that's probably the first viral phenom in rap history, right?
No doubt.
He definitely.
You know how you know it's a viral phenom? The dance is hard as fuck to do.
Right.
Like, dude,
right, it's not as easy.
I still don't know that motherfucker.
It's like, bro, I still don't know it.
Right.
All I know is Superman.
Yeah.
So when you found that, how did you find that? What were you thinking? Did somebody bring it to you? Like, how did it go?
2 people brought it to my attention, and I didn't get it until the second person.
Okay.
So I was taking a meeting in my office where y'all used to come,
Yeah.
and I can't remember the guy's name, but he did an interview just like this, and at the end he was like, "Yo, you still looking for talent?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm always looking." He said, "Let me show you this thing, blah blah blah." And he showed me Soulja, but the music was so bad.
Yeah.
I was like,
The mix. It was the mix. Yeah.
all of it.
Yeah.
It was just because he was recording in his bedroom and shit like that. Internet wasn't
So
what it is
what song
now.
did he play you?
So fat. I'm like, okay, cool. Blah, blah. I ain't even. So then I got offered a position. I won't say with who or whatever. I had my deal at Interscope, right? And somebody offered me a position. I was like, man, I can't do that shit. I just got my job at Interscope. I mean, I just got my deal at Interscope. So I started just looking for talent.
Yeah.
So I would take meetings with people, like if I could sign some shit that I wouldn't sign at Interscope, just throw it over there. So shouts out to DJ Freddie Hydro. He's the DJ that showed it to me the second time, and it was the same song. Bapes. I got me some bathing apes was the song. And when I heard that beat, I was like, God damn, that's the same shit. But before he played it, he set it up. He's like, yo, he played me a couple of things, but before he played that, he said, yo, I'm about to play this for you. I'm gonna tell you now, it don't sound like much, but he said, but when I play this shit for the kids, they go fucking crazy. I didn't know what it was. When he hit play, I said, oh shit, that's the same shit old boy played.
Yeah.
So that's when I went back and started looking at it. And when I saw he was already traveling and touring, he had a schedule on MySpace.
Oh wow.
Not only that,
How old was he at the time?
16.
Wow.
And he had his dates on the thing. And shit was legit. So when I started looking, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I ain't never seen no shit like this. So I started going through the MySpace, and he had pictures up of fans. Now, it's common now. But back then, I had never seen no shit like this.
Yeah.
I remember this one picture when I knew I had to do it. He had a picture of these 2 white girls that drew "I love Soulja Boy" in the sand on the beach. I said, what? I'm on the plane. I'm on the plane. So that.
Where you had to fly to?
I had to fly into Memphis and drive to Batesville, Mississippi, because he was staying with his dad in Batesville, Mississippi. Yeah.
So you drive to the house.
Superman wasn't the song that made me know the talent was there.
Yeah.
I heard the songs. I didn't really take them serious, but when I heard "Yah," bitch, "Yah," it's y'all trick y'all now. He was a little vulgar. The nigga y'all know now, that was the nigga I found. But we cleaned it up.
Yeah.
To me, for a 16-year-old to write a song like that, that's when I knew something was different.
Yeah.
So I signed him off to all this other shit, but I knew there was something there off the "Yah," bitch, "Yah."
Because I remember when he first got signed, DJ Mormile at Interscope was like, this kid is going to be huge. And I remember, you know, from Atlanta, you get a viral song every week in Atlanta. Back then, like, whether it's white tea or it's black tea, it's going to be a viral record. So I remember thinking, like,
this wasn't the same.
I don't know if this going to be. And he was like, this kid is going to be humongous. And I was like thinking, like, and then he played "Y'all Trick Y'all," and I was like, really? But,
it was bigger than music.
Yeah.
It was
So
big.
you didn't think Soulja Boy was gonna go in the beginning?
No. I love I love you. Even now, I still don't like y'all chick y'all. But okay, so in the music business, people tend to tell you like who's coming. So I'll give you an example. When Racks on Racks dropped, and remember it was YC and Future,
right.
And everybody in the streets was like, "Yo,
Future,
it's YC record,
Future.
but the nigga on the hook, Future, he next." Yeah. So in our business, by the way, don't think that niggas be sitting around. Niggas be measuring how far something gonna go.
Yeah.
So if somebody in the building is saying, "Man, this kid Soulja Boy one hit wonder," we gonna treat it like a one hit wonder. I worked at a record label. I know how when we sign, when you sign something, you like, "Yo, get this on."
Right.
That's kind of cold word for like, man, fuck him, make that money off the record.
Right.
Soulja Boy, they was like, he's gonna be big, and I'm like,
but let me tell you why though. Why he believed. First of all, Interscope wasn't known for signing no real Southern shit.
Nope.
The only thing they had that I know of was Polo and them, Jim Crow.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So I knew I was walking in the door with some real
Southern.
So the way I judge how authentic my Southern shit is when it make niggas who ain't from Atlanta turn their nose. Ying Yang Twins, Lil Jon, Soulja. So that kind of Southern shit, not the Jim Crow, because that's kind of polished.
That was universal. Yeah,
it was polished. No, I had some real Southern shit. So what I did, I flew into L.A. I made them set up the projector and all that. The whole company, the whole staff, I made them sit in the room and watch the MySpace. I took them through everything. I showed them the glasses with the white out on it, the rubber band chains, and I showed them from a marketing perspective, because I knew they weren't gonna get the music. I knew they weren't gonna get that. So, but it's bigger than that. So when I showed them all that shit, they believe.
My nigga, I got it because I feel like I just love the stories because it feels like sometimes it feels like it was a mistake, and that's kind of why I started talking, because I was like, nah, it's really geniuses out here.
Yeah.
Like it's motherfuckers that understand. So even how you said, I know they won't get the music, but I knew they was gonna get the market.
Yeah, when I showed it.
That's genius, because most people don't even think on that level. They just think like, man, y'all gotta love this. You didn't force down the throat what you didn't think they could get. You forced down their throat what you knew they can get. So they saw him as almost like a cartoon character, a toy that you can sell items for. And yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
What's the most recent artist you signed? And
I haven't signed an artist in a minute, simply because for me, I'm a music guy. I'm not it's funny to be responsible for Soulja.
No, I'm about to say you don't say you did
but listen, but there was still a music element to it. Now there's, for me, is the music element is in the backseat.
Yeah.
And my brain can't function like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm a music guy first. And so it doesn't.
What do you think is to blame for music being in the backseat now?
What we started. I mean, we started that shit. We started that shit.
Look what I'm doing. I'm pointing at you.
Right.
Hey, nigga, you better take some ownership.
Right. No. And I said when I saw the Grammys with the hip hop shit. Yeah. And so I saw this whole, they condensed 50 years into 14 minutes or however. And I'm looking at the shit, and then I see Lil Baby. Yeah. Which I understand, because that's what hip hop is now. But I said, when you jump from way back where they were to Lil Baby, how do you not have Soulja on that stage?
Exactly.
Because everything in hip hop or music.
Man, I was there. They would have lost their goddamn mind at that.
Bruh. Because everything that we know about marketing music right now started then.
Yeah.
So
if you gonna love you, you say he the first. He like to say he the first.
Hey, bro,
he gonna love you,
and I'm the first one to sign him.
I love that.
Yeah. So I mean, we're responsible for it, but again, I've always maintained a music element. Like we sold a bunch of records.
Yeah.
We sold a bunch of records. Yeah. So we were the first people to hit that 3 million mark on iTunes.
Yeah.
So we were transitioning into the digital downloads at that time. So
ringtones.
Right. We were coming. So we got the last of that ringtone money and the first of the digital money.
Yeah.
The digital download money. So when I think about where music is now, and where it's gone in the last 10 years, like you can't do no shit like that without putting Soulja in it.
You're right.
You can't. And I'm not saying that if I was on the outside looking in.
You can't talk Southern music without talking about you.
I appreciate that.
No, I'm glad you said that, because you just said Southern music wasn't really respected in a lot of ways in these other markets. Like, what's your opinion? First of all, how do you feel about how the world has now basically all became Southern music in a lot of ways? How do you feel about that?
I loved it at first.
Okay.
But now it's fucked up the dynamic of music. Because everybody's doing the same shit.
Yeah.
I can't tell if a New Yorker is from Bankhead now.
Yeah.
All that shit sound the same.
Yeah.
So in that respect, it's like we fought so hard to get here.
South has something to say.
Right.
Yeah.
But once we got here, we hit too hard.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? we went too hard. So now everybody's in on it.
Yeah, you said before, like, Atlanta is the New York of music, and now it's like Atlanta is the Atlanta of music.
Yeah.
Like, it's made its own place.
I'm going to tell you a funny argument I had. By the way, this is funny. So I used to have arguments with New York niggas. Because my best friend, Boo Man, nigga, his favorite rapper of all time is Kilo. No nigga like, no, it's Kilo than Tupac.
Okay.
No,
Wow.
Nigga, like,
that's hard.
So, and also, Boo Man will listen to Ying Yang Twins over Wu-Tang.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So I would be in New York and I'm like, man, there's some niggas in the South that like Ying Yang over Wu-Tang. Don't you ever say that. Don't you ever mention those names together. I'm like, that's why Atlanta wins.
Right.
Because y'all so arrogant that y'all don't think that nobody can be on your level. And now, here they come skeeting past you.
Yep.
Skeet, motherfucker. All they skeeting past you.
Right.
Why? Because they was just happy to be at the table and y'all felt like y'all owned the table. And I think that that's one of the things that made Atlanta different. Atlanta didn't care who acknowledged Atlanta.
Right.
Like, nigga, I know Smurf records. If I don't give a fuck if you was in Mississippi, you know it, I take pride in Smurf. The way a West Coast nigga might take pride in
Mac Dre, somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get that, but they get it. So
Right.
I just feel like, so I was really just saying that to say that Atlanta has always been the shit and never cared what the world think. And I think that once the world started caring and we started sniffing ourselves, I don't think it's good that everybody sound like us.
I don't either.
Because like you just said, I might not even know the difference between somebody from Bankhead and somebody from New York City.
Right.
Because they all rapping on the same beats. They all...
They even... The way the dialect now, they
Yeah.
copying the way we speak.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? You know you say all your syllables and
Exactly,
shit. Come
exactly.
on, man. Cut that shit out.
Dog, I tell people, I'm like,
Are we getting
hey,
made
bro,
fun of for
I want
speaking
y'all to do me a
properly?
favor. I want y'all to go look up Drake has a song. His first song that he put out was a song called Replacement Girl. And he rapped like, let me tell you about the girls from the bottom of the map. And the girl,
Yeah, I sure did.
and then when he came back and said, you the best I ever had, best I ever had.
Hold it down.
No, you got a roommate. Like, he sounded like a Southern dude. And that's when it took off. Jay-Z became a superstar when he embraced the South. He actually went on record and said that. No, Jay-Z, remember, Jay-Z's first major hit was Bounce With Me, With Me, With Me. Niggas in the New York wasn't bouncing.
Yeah, you right.
That was a South thing.
Yeah,
Jay-Z went on record, said that. I became who I became when I embraced the bounce. Period. I'm not, first of all, you know I love Hov. He's the greatest rapper of all time, but he did say that. So I just feel like, our sauce was just so universal that everybody could have it and eat it. And once they start eating it, and we just so happy.
But you know what's amazing? It's that home cooking Southern hospitality that we put into the music. When I look at the catalog that I built, the way it aged over time.
Yeah.
My records get played in the club every weekend.
And I'm pretty sure you get a clear sample
Yeah,
every month.
Yeah,
At least.
But the love that we put into that music as the underdogs.
But I'm glad you said that. So this is the thing I love about what we're doing is that when you made New York hip hop, you felt like we are the Bible. You've never heard a Southern person say that's not real hip hop. You've never heard a person in the South say that's not real hip hop. The term that's not real hip hop comes from the East Coast. That's because they were arrogant enough to believe that we set the table.
Right.
But they bitches was dancing to our shit. And you know how
I told my son when he went to college.
I think it's because y'all music feels different. Like,
it's easy to digest. It doesn't take no thought.
And
like, don't get
it's
me wrong.
fun.
I'm pretty sure when the Wu-Tang was writing they shit, it was a lot of geniuses, a lot of drugs, a lot of your cerebral cortex. It was like, I'm pretty sure it was that.
Yeah.
But hey, just the way you can make that, you can make Whistle While You Twerk.
Right.
And sell
Right.
just as many records. I'm not here to say at the end of the day, it is all art, but it all made the same amount of money. It made green money.
Yeah.
It did, period, right now.
Right.
I just had to say that,
And even as a fan, you grow up fans of East Coast music, and when you realize that your shit means just as much to somebody as they shit did or does, it's amazing. That's humbling to me because we grew up to hip hop.
And let me tell you something that you don't know. Let me tell you something. On his song, he has a lyric. On his song, he has a song with a part of the song where he's spitting. Dun, 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 dun. And then the dude said, "Hey Smurf, this ain't no hip hop song."
Wow.
Come on.
This man knows
Cooley
everything.
I ain't Cooley.
Hey Smurf, this ain't no hip hop song. Ooh la. And then you went right back to the southern shit.
Yeah.
You was spitting on the rapper, and then you was like, "This ain't no hip hop song."
Yeah.
And you went, we knew we wasn't. We knew we wasn't for them.
Right.
We knew it.
Kudos to you, nigga, for digging that up.
Ray knows everything.
Bro,
he has like a hip hop computer.
I'm a historian.
In his head.
I love this shit, and it raised me.
Right.
Before I had a dad in the house telling me what a man was about. I learned. I was raised by Hove. I was raised by this shit. This was the shit had more influence on my life than I told Master P. I'm like, you had more influence on my life from 14 to 17 than any human.
Wow. That's
Nigga,
real
like,
shit, though.
That's real shit, though, nigga. Every
shit.
nigga wanted to be a No Limit Soldier because of you. Like, nigga, we was on islands by ourselves.
It's funny that era that now that you say that, when I first started working with Ying Yang, they would jump in the car with the CD books.
Yeah.
Oh,
flipping the books over.
All No Limit.
Nigga,
all No Limit.
And
then Cash Money.
What?
Yep.
Bro,
that era.
That's what I'm saying. That raised us. You got to understand something. Now we at a point in time where people talking to men and investing in mental health. Back then, nobody talked to young black niggas.
Right.
Only the people that talked to us was rappers.
Yep.
Those are people that made us. Too Short's the reason why I wanted to get girls. Dog, I remember being fucking 14, hearing Too Short rap about, like being a player. Like that's why I remember when I first got my heart broke, I was 16. I thought about Too Short. I didn't have a dad to call and say, "Dad, this girl broke my heart." I thought about Too Short, and Too Short was like, "Hey nigga, be a player, get your money."
Right.
Like, and I remember that's the type of shit. Those are the niggas whose voice was in my head. So I remember I got hurt. I was like,
see,
I cried. I was like, I gotta be a player about
he
this
said
shit.
he was Southern nigga, but I was listening to JT Money, Poison Clan.
Yeah,
Put shit past no hoe.
That's a whole other level. By the way, shout out to JT Money. He DM me like, "I love the show." I'm like, nigga, I'm like, hey, bro. But I grew up on this shit, and y'all niggas raised us, and y'all let us see the impossible as possible.
Right.
Like, no disrespect to D-Rock and the Yang Twins and Kane. No disrespect to them. But if it wasn't for hip-hop, what would those guys be? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, rap was our way out, bro.
Yeah, for most of the people who are in it, that's the
it was
story.
Our way out. Like, what the fuck was I going to be selling cars or selling music? You know, and so I just, to me, this is about letting people like yourself know you are a whole hero out here. So don't be quiet. Don't be quiet.
Well, you got to understand, for me, the span of my career.
Yeah,
I started DJing in the late 80s.
Yeah.
We in 2023 right now.
Yeah.
So I came into this shit for the love of the music.
Yes.
Not for this. It wasn't about that.
Yeah.
I don't come from not being quiet. But like my man Cooley C sitting over there. We don't come from that.
I'm in the room, this dude, and he telling
you
me what
don't
he
know
did.
none
I'm like, what?
We don't come.
But what did I say to him? I said, Cooley C, you got to talk. Because this is what I believe. There are people right now that are getting paid to be you.
Yeah.
There are people right now that is playing you that are getting paid. And when I realized that there was people out there playing me, like, you ain't even make no money in the music business.
Right.
How are you out here telling people how to make money in the music business?
Right.
I read a book. I read this book, and it's called, changed my life. It's called 17 Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. I never met the man, but I'll tell you, that book changed my entire being as a human being. But he says something in the book. He said, because he coaches you how to be a millionaire. He says, I was a millionaire before this book. Now, there are some people out here that are becoming millionaires by keep coaching you how to be a millionaire. Mm-hmm. They never built nothing. They're building themselves, and that's what they're doing. So I always took that into mind, like, man, I can't talk unless I earn. Like, bro, you a whole Southern legend. Bro, we don't hear your stories. There's a kid from Collipark that needs to know that you exist.
Right.
Because, bro, like,
my girl get mad at me about that all the time. It's to a fault.
Yeah.
You know, but it's for the reason why you saying it. I don't like to see niggas popping who haven't earned the right.
That's my, but you
pop.
have though.
So hear me out. I get satisfaction in other ways, and it's bad the fact that the kid in College Park don't know he got these heroes right down the street.
I didn't even know Cameo lived in Camelot.
I didn't need it till.
See what I'm trying to say until Vince told us.
Right.
But I'm telling you, okay, so I lived in New York till I was 12. And the one thing that I remember about New York, oh, you can make a face, Mira. One thing I remember about New York was that hip-hop lineage was all around us. So we felt like, I remember this guy named Tim Dog dropped a song called Fuck Compton.
Fuck Compton.
Nigga,
That's my DJ days.
That was a response
Yeah.
because Compton was winning. He didn't have nothing to do with Compton.
Right.
It was just some niggas from the West Coast made hip-hop.
Right.
And New York
Fuck
felt like,
shit.
we are hip-hop. So he was
Right.
like, fuck Compton. Like, nigga, he lived across the street from me. Yeah, so you gotta remember. I grew up, dog.
When he made the song, he lived across
Yes.
the street? Wow.
Because hip hop wasn't making no
I used
money.
to play
back
the hell
then.
out that record.
Everybody's playing that. But my point is that when I grew up, EPMD shot the scene from Juice right up the street from my middle school. I remember running up to the Blue Flame Lounge to get an autograph from EPMD in that scene they did in Juice. Point is that we were surrounded by it.
Yeah.
So we felt like it was ours.
Yeah.
We're surrounded by it now. You know how many people I go in the room and I meet people that come to me and it's artists and I'm like, yo, where you from? They're like, Atlanta. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. What part? Atlanta. I'm like, I'm from Atlanta. You from Atlanta? Yeah, I'm from College Park. Old National. What? Oh, I'm from goddamn da-da-da.
Right.
It's like, nigga, I'm from where you from, nigga.
Right.
But that feels impossible to them.
Right.
It's like they think they can rap. But dog, how many people, like, everybody want to be Ying Yang, everybody want to be Baby, everybody want to be these dudes. But how many dudes would want to be you, Devon Stevens, Dallas Austin, if they knew, dog, Dallas Austin is from College Park, lived there, and made ABC, made Boys II Men, made Madonna. Like, bruh, that's right around when you hear that's right around the corner from where you grew up, it's like, that shit possible.
And it's crazy now that so much time has passed that people don't even know I signed Soulja.
That's why I brought it up.
Even that.
That's
they
why I
think
brought it
Soulja
up.
Boy came out of nowhere.
But that's why I brought it up, because if I didn't say that, you would have never said it.
I wouldn't have said it.
That's my
You
point.
right.
And
You
for
right.
me, this is
I'm gonna try to take
amplifier.
that. I'm gonna try to take that from this
Yeah,
conversation,
nah, bro. Because it's like, bro. If you go to my Instagram page, I got a lot of videos, but I have one video pinned of me showing the plaques that I got in my house, and that's not to show off. That's just because I know that people are gonna come to my page and say, "Who is this nigga? And what is he talking about?" And I'm like, "Motherfucker, let me show you.
Right.
Let me show you. I ain't in this shit. We just won Best Record of the Year at the Grammys.
Right.
For the Lizzo About Damn Time. So I'm not like
Pop it, nigga. Pop it.
No, I'm just saying, I'm not like you know that. Remember that commercial? I'm not only the president. I'm also a client.
Right.
Nigga, I'm benefiting from what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm benefiting from what I'm saying.
Right.
So nigga, why wouldn't you listen to me rather than somebody else who's trying to sell you the dream?
Right.
But they really trying to sell it, dog. I ain't made $1 from this show. I ain't made $1 from this. This was a social experiment. But what I did say was the show is called The God Show. Gods is an acronym for goats and underdogs. Because I'm like, nigga, we need to start having niggas talking. I need niggas to know who niggas is out here.
Right.
Like, and nigga, if you see a nigga like me, and I'm praising, and I remember coming to your office like, man, these niggas us goddamn check. Hey, man, whatever them niggas tell you to do, man, you better listen to them niggas. I remember that, and you probably don't even care.
Right.
You probably just another day
you know what's
office.
crazy? What's crazy is a lot of people came through that office that I don't remember came through that are now doing shit.
Bruh, that's my point.
Yeah.
But imagine how many motherfuckers you would have doing shit if they knew you did shit. Like Tamira asked you, did you sign talent? You know why I asked you that? Because I know where you at with it. You waiting for somebody or something to inspire you.
Right.
You waiting for somebody.
You already know.
I already know.
You already know.
But it also is like, nigga, how is somebody gonna be inspired by you, look for you, if they don't even know what you did? Nigga, it's a kid right now, dog. Do you remember when L.A. Reid took over Def Jam?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when L.A. Reid took over Def Jam, you know who was the happiest artist at Def Jam? Kanye West. Kanye tells a story. Yes, you know what he said? He said, L.A. will get me because he got Andre 3000. That was, so for me, it's like,
that was a connect.
that was a connect. So artists out here are like, man, I feel like you know who's the 2023 Soulja Boy? Lil Yachty. He's like a cartoon character. He's like fun. He's making music that older people don't even want to get.
Right.
But he's talking directly to an audience. And that's why it's working. But there's a kid out there who feel like I could do what Soulja Boy did. And who better to introduce it to the world than you?
Thanks.
And I feel like Atlanta's only problem to me is that we are too humble.
You're right. I probably hear that more than anybody, other than Cooley.
No, that's what I'm saying. Atlanta problem is that we too humble, bro. We just happy to be seen. When niggas said the South got something to say, nigga, I remember being there. I remember watching the Source Awards, nigga, seeing Gip on stage behind Andre. He had on a black shirt, nigga, behind Andre 3000. And when that nigga said the South got something to say, nigga, me and my friends were 16 years old watching the Source Awards.
Everybody jumped up, nigga.
And niggas jumped up like, hell yeah, we got something to say. Nigga, we on the map. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, nigga, to be honest with you, out of everything Outkast did, that is probably the most memorable moment in the South.
Yeah.
Because that was the moment where he said, we here and we ain't going no fucking where. Now, imagine if our heroes, it's like we just almost feel like we don't have the audacity to speak about our shit. Because
I don't feel like that.
Nigga, you need to talk.
I don't feel like that. I'm just, what I was trying to tell you, I don't come from that era. I just don't. This is a new era from where it started. I come from where it started for here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it wasn't about all of that shit back then. Now, if you still trying to be out here with it, you have to. You can't exist in this game now without opening your fucking mouth. Because you got to be, you got to do shit like this. You got to content, all this shit. So that's just not where I am right now.
Go
ahead.
You're right.
Go ahead. So I'm not disagreeing with you.
Let's look at Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy is just as big as a personality, as he is his music.
Ain't got shit to do with the music.
Dog, if you look at the new music business, you have like, that's why I did this. Because I ain't gonna lie. I don't have so many niggas come sit in my office, get game, leave, and don't shout a nigga out. Bitch, I'm gonna start talking now. Fuck that. I'm gonna start. Because I told you that, and you know, I get it. You don't want to tell a nigga that I taught you. I get it. Okay, cool. You want to be your own hero.
Right.
But for me, it was like, bruh, Ray, ain't nobody gonna know what you know if you don't say it.
Right.
Like, dog, like you literally are a whole entire machine. And you just really waiting to be inspired. And I really believe after this interview, and we release it the way we release it, there's gonna be niggas in your DM like, damn, dog, I didn't know the fuck you was. I didn't know you did that. You can help me.
The flip side of that, nigga, when the way we shot the Crank That video, how it showed me finding soldiers, going to the house and signing the nigga, I couldn't walk to the mailbox, nigga, without 20 niggas asking for a record deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I just got so burnt out with that shit.
Of course.
I got
but
so
here's the thing.
burnt.
Now they're gonna ask you on the phone. They're not gonna knock you. That's the best part.
Right.
There's some niggas that's gonna be intrusive as fuck. They gonna DM you, hey man, you ain't get that shit I sent you. Hey man, I saw you read my shit, man. You ain't get. There's gonna be a lot of that.
Right.
You can just put the fucking phone down and do not disturb. You know, you couldn't do that at your house. Like,
right. But that's the other side of it though. Nigga, I was like, damn, I didn't know this shit was gonna work like that.
Yeah.
So it's just a combination of just doing this shit for so long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And seeing it go from niggas not fucking with it to now sit back like a proud daddy or granddaddy and watch this shit.
I'm about to put you on the spot.
Okay, well, put me on the spot, my nigga.
There in Atlanta right now. Now, I'm not gonna ask you yet about how you feel about the Atlanta music scene, but if there's an artist in Atlanta right now that you are looking for, tell me the qualities that artist has. For you to get out and say, I'm gonna get back and do this the way I want to do it.
So for me,
and it might not be a sound. It could just be a personality.
It's for me to see somebody doing something that ain't nobody else doing. It starts there for me. Because that's what makes me, that's what makes me say, oh shit. You know what I mean? That's where it starts for me. So if you're a kid
out there doing music and you feel like nobody gets you, hit this man.
So, because when everybody else come, hey man, sign me, I got the hottest shit, I got the dance, now we done already did that, and I'd be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
But when the nigga come, he ain't even asking me to look. He just doing some shit. And I'm like,
I ain't never see that before.
You see that shit right there?
Exactly.
That's how it works for me.
Yeah.
Again, nobody would have signed Ying Yang Twins.
Nobody.
But when I heard them on the record together, that's all it took.
Yeah.
They weren't even a group. So I told them like, nigga.
Yeah.
So that's how I work. I can't speak for nobody else.
Yeah.
It's I don't even know I like it till I like it.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you what that is.
Yeah.
You have to show me just by doing you.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
Like, so basically, if you're out there, do your shit, but DM him. Send him your shit.
I appreciate
Don't
that.
DM and say, check me out,
He
though.
about to push me back in the water.
Send him your shit. Nah, because, bro, you made shit that nobody else can make.
Right.
That means that you are a chef that understands recipes that nobody else understands. That means that, now here's the next question. How do you feel about Atlanta's current state of music?
Stagnant.
I'm glad. How did I know he was going to say that?
Because you done said it?
No, because I know what he's thinking. stagnant. Now, guess what? This is the one time where you have to take responsibility because you are a guy that has shown he can push the culture forward.
Right.
So if it's stagnant, that and to me, I feel like the biggest issue we having right now in our culture is that, okay, so I think we're in a great time, right? Because the way I grew up, my mom listened to Luther Vandross. Like, I listened to hip hop, but my mom listened to Freddie Jackson and Stephanie Mills. That's right. Me and my mom wasn't listening to the same artists. Right. Today, we are. Me and my kid knows Drake music. Like, I know Drake music. Now, don't get me wrong. He might know some shit that I don't know, and I know some shit that he don't know. Right. But that middle slab of artists, Lil Raymond know Lil Baby records the way I know it. He know Kendrick records the way I know it, which means that we're in the first time in our life that our kids and us are growing up on the same shit. The parents and the kids are listening to the same shit, right? Which means this is when hip hop was out. My mom couldn't tell me that Rakim shit is not good. You know what I'm saying? Right, right. You can actually tell somebody that. Right. Like, nigga, your axe is still torn right now. Right. So why wouldn't you be the nigga in the room saying, that shit y'all doing is dope, push it forward?
I like what Jimmy and how they did us. That's where I feel like I would want to go next.
Got you.
Because it's still a young man's game.
Okay.
When you say how they did us, what?
Oh, shit.
Damn, just walk on set.
Southern hospitality.
Let's go. Got you.
I'm sorry, you asked the question?
I said, when you say how they did us, what do you mean?
Well, Jimmy's an old white guy sitting in his house and in the office.
I'm glad you said that. I know where you're going.
But what made him the shit, number one, he's a music guy.
First.
That's what made me go to Interscope, because I had a bid war going on. So out of all the people I sat with, Jimmy was, and he housed all the geniuses that I looked up to. So it showed me that it wasn't a mistake. A music guy fuck with real music people. Yes. So I said, this is where I need to be. Yeah. But what made him the shit was that he was smart enough to know he ain't know no more.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you a funny story. And he in the room. I don't know if he said the story, but L.A. Reid tells me, first of all, he had to see Outkast 3 times. Okay. Before he signed him.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that.
You know, he 3 times. But he told me, he said, after Outkast worked, he said Rico Wade came to him with Goody Mob. And he said they was all in the room and they was playing Goody Mob music. And he was like, man, they were so goddamn excited in there. They were so excited. I was like, do it. Go do it. Right. He said, right when they left, I was like, I don't know what it was. Right. I can't understand it the way they did. But it's not for me to understand. Right. But it's also for him to say, yo, try that. Yo, that's a great song right there. Exactly. And that's what we have to do.
So to me, that's the next transition. We went looking when I think about the first budgets I got, we spend that fucking off now. Yeah, I'm talking about the budgets that we were going to get for when we would go bragging. We got a deal, dog. If you looked at them checks now, you'd be like, "Oh shit, that wasn't no money, exactly. Right?" But it shows you that, and a lot of these cats that got signed off these startup deals or whatever. Yes. But it's from people who were at the level they knew they didn't know, but they were empowering other people. Yeah. So for me, it ain't me going to sign an artist directly. I want to find the next me. Mm-hmm.
There it is. Like so now we know what you're looking for. Yeah. You're looking for the next
I don't want it, man.
To help him.
I ain't gonna tell my age, but
it's okay.
It's a young man's game, and I understand it. And I never want to be the old nigga still trying to be cool.
But let me tell you something though. That's a hip hop thing. That's a hip hop thing.
Well,
that's a hip hop thing.
It is to a certain extent. It is to a certain extent. Yeah. When I'm talking about the viable shit that's relevant, like we all can still tour and do all that kind of shit. But I'm saying as far as new acts,
I want to tell you something though. I learned this lesson. And what if there's one thing you take from me in this interview, I want you to remember this. Everybody in this room, you are either in our culture, you're either the goal or you in the way. That's just the way the work life works. Right. Either you the goal or you in the way. Right. And I'm telling you right now, you're the goal. Period. Family, kids in college, doing good. Right. Got your money coming in, samples record, living good. You ain't got to worry about nobody shooting at you, none of that shit. You are the fucking goal. So when I meet these little young niggas and I'm trying to work with them, I'm like, bro, I'm the goal. Right. I'm a millionaire. I take care of my mom. I take care of my family. I smile every day. My kids love me. I'm the motherfucking goal. Right. So let me show you how to get here better than me. Right. And not only that, I don't need you. Right. So I'm here to help. Once you set that tone, they want you. Mm-hmm. these young niggas are just afraid that you trying to get in their pocket.
Right.
When you really need to be showing them, you ain't look at Jimmy that way. This old man trying to get in my pocket.
Right.
You looked at him like this motherfucker going.
That's the other thing Jimmy did that a lot of other people didn't do. He wanted to get rich with you.
That's my point, and I think you would do too, though.
So, but that's what I'm saying. I want to empower the next.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to get out here and sign these little.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
That ain't my passion.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to
help.
You know, be a platform for somebody else to do it.
But you can also, that story that you just gave us about walking Soulja Boy in the Interscope office, saying, very important, I know they're not going to get the music, but they'll get the marketing. That's important. Bro, let me tell you something. People don't understand that those little nuances are the little things that happen that make you see somebody go from fucking 0 to 40.
I'll tell you something else I used to do.
Tell me.
Since we talking,
Tell me.
You the home team.
Tell me.
So now, I don't know if y'all seen this little video going around about the girl talking about Ying Yang Twins now, giving them their flowers. This girl, it's a video going around everywhere. 10 people done sent me this video.
Yep.
So a lot of people didn't know about Ying Yang's physical disabilities.
Yes.
Right? So nobody knew. Right? I'm
That's
reading the comments.
I didn't want to bring that up, but
no, it's out there.
She probably don't even know.
I have no clue what we.
So D-Rock has a deformed hand, and then Kane has cerebral palsy.
And
so he walks with a limp.
That
So
makes people unique.
So we did a deal with Koch. We did a deal with Universal.
Mm-hmm.
We did a deal with TVT.
Mm-hmm.
I would all but close those deals without them meeting the group.
Of course.
Intentionally.
Mm.
So by the time they walked in the room, we was just there to sign the paperwork. But I knew if I tried to sell them on the shit off the rip, ain't no way in the hell they gonna do this deal.
And I didn't want to bring that up because obviously I don't want to be disrespectful to
But
nobody.
the music was so good that by the time because I went to TVT with Nag and I can't remember the other singer we had, but the music was done. Mm-hmm. So I just had to present the music without the distraction of like, damn, did you see?
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you say, it's little shit like that.
That's my point. It's like, imagine both of them were considered, I guess, handicapped. I don't. One of them.
Yeah.
Well, just, you know what I'm saying?
We call it physical disability.
Handicap disability.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't want to talk about it because I don't want to offend a community because I just don't.
For a long time we couldn't talk about it.
But that's my point. But you knew from the Bankhead Bounce video with D-Rock when he was goddamn bouncing, you didn't see his fingers. You knew what it was. No, I'm dead serious. I mean, nigga, you gotta remember it was blurry, but you like that nigga ain't got no goddamn fingers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But my point is that no, I'm being for real. But my point is that let me tell you something, bro. This is why I think black fathers are needed. That's why I think black male leadership is needed because you told them it's okay. Now imagine if they got in the hands with another nigga that said, you can't do that. You got this. You got cerebral. You got no fit. You can't. But it was a black man in the room that said, don't worry about it. I'm going to protect every
let me stop you right
that
there.
they might see.
I talked about the song, the Whisper song, being one of the top 10 in my opinion.
Yep.
The Ying Yang Twins story is one of the greatest stories in all of music.
Don Vito, can we write that movie? Can we make that movie?
I'm trying.
Bruh.
Now that's the one thing I do want to do.
Yeah.
Is the Ying Yang Twins story.
Yeah.
2 handicapped, physically challenged black men.
Yep.
To go on to sell multiple platinum albums.
Crazy.
Tour.
In the history of music.
Never
it ain't been done.
That's my point.
But they should talk more about it. That would inspire so
they
many
just
people.
now, honestly, we in hip hop. That ain't an easy thing to talk about.
I'm not saying in the beginning, but
right,
now
that
it's done.
So now it's just
story,
now.
But the story should be told. But
Yeah.
I knew that already. Like I'm
I couldn't come on and talk about this shit back when we had a record in the top 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You don't want to point out deficiencies.
Right.
But it's like a coach. It's like when a coach, a father figure, a male figure will tell someone, hey, it's okay.
Right.
Like I remember the first time my dad told me I could do something. That shit stuck. I remember the first time Jeff Dixon told me I can be a manager. Jeff Dixon don't even know. I always tell a story. I'm like, that was the first time I met a man that matter of fact, he didn't even know me. That's the crazy part. I was stalking him in Shaka. I finally get in the room with them, and I was like, bruh, but he was like, play me a hit. I heard y'all got the hit makers. And I'm like, yo, before I play your record, I just want you to know I've been trying to work for you and your brother for the last 4 or 5 years. And he was like, you don't got to work for us. You can do this shit yourself. Wow. Nigga, that shit took me far. I was like, you can't tell me nothing.
Right.
Nigga, a nigga that I look up to told me I could do it. And we need more black, strong voices speaking up on shit because there's no way in the world that could have happened if they didn't have a subsidiary that was like, fuck all that, this a hit.
Right.
Somebody who did it say, y'all, this it.
Right.
There's no way it could have happened.
Right. You're right.
It's like a good time to go into like credit check. So
No, well, we could do that. Let's go to credit check. Let's go to credit check. Because I ain't gonna lie, after we do that, I want to talk about the evolution of Atlanta with you. Because you are Atlanta historian.
Okay.
You are Atlanta historian.
I've been around.
So
And
do
you
that
went-
first.
I've been around.
Nah, you did. You Atlanta historian. And so, like, can you give me, we was just talking about this offline. Give me the Atlanta eras.
Damn, man.
Give me the eras.
So Atlanta booty shake bass.
Which is Yeet.
You gonna keep putting that shit in there.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Davido. I'm looking at Cooley C. I'm like,
so we gonna lump all that shit in there at the
okay.
same thing.
Yep.
And you created an era.
I just want to see how you gave me credit.
I'm gonna give you your credit.
Yeah.
The player era, which
Player
would be the era between
Booty
the
shake and
booty
trap.
shake, and crunk.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
the crunk, which would include,
Because crunk was the pathway to trap
Right.
music. Yep.
and for the sake of the people in this room, y'all got y'all own lane carved out.
We talk like organized noise is over here.
Y'all sit by y'allself.
Them niggas was making shit that was like that shit can drop today.
Right.
And niggas would be
Right.
like, what the
fuck?
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Come on,
so
bro.
so no disrespect.
They was over there. Organized noise.
So the player era, which would include the ghetto mafias, the organizations, Sammy Sam
ride with some players.
Yeah.
It was like the time where we was like rapping on Booty Shake Records, but we was like saying street shit. Where it was like, it wasn't like float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. It's me, Ali. It wasn't that. It was like, it was like rolling
Ray
up
just
in
made a
that
song.
thing on triple gold date. These niggas be hating because I'm straight from ATL and the West Side is what I'm claiming.
You can't go to
Like,
none of your meetings
nigga,
rapping like that,
I'm just
nigga.
saying, like, nigga, I'm just saying, it
That's
was
real
like,
shit. Real shit.
that was when niggas was wearing them hats with the silk shirts,
Yeah.
going to a fucking club,
Yeah.
Niggas was backhead bouncing, rolling up blunts, that was a player era.
Yeah.
Then here come trap.
So
and
you
it
got
ain't been the same.
you keep skipping over.
I'm saying crunk.
We're gonna put twerk and crunk together.
Yes.
Because what people don't know, we got lumped in the crunk because of Get Low.
I was about to say the biggest song from the crunk twerk era
Get Low.
was y'all would Get Low.
Get Low. But
Dum.
John came and got us because we were coming off Ay Ay Ay.
Yes.
If you listen to the
about that record.
if you listen to the instrumentation of Get Low,
Yeah.
I'm talking about all the way to the whistles and shit in that
Yeah,
motherfucker.
exactly.
All the same kind of shit that was in Ay Ay Ay. But we got lumped into that whole crunk thing because of the marriage of Ying Yang
Yes.
and John.
Yes.
And John was my guy.
Yeah.
So it was like, yo, you got it. Cool. So you got the crunk era / twerk.
Yep.
You got trap, obviously.
Yep.
And you got snap.
Snap.
Oh, I
Big
forgot
t-shirts.
about Snap. That's when I started.
Now I don't know if there's an era, what you call that era after that.
After trap?
No, after snap, because trap came before snap.
Yes. And then Snap was like, to me, Snap was like the niggas that just was like Atlanta talented niggas, right? Like,
You
it
know what I
wasn't
love
really-
about snap?
Tell me.
Because when I travel outside of Atlanta, because niggas so hard now, you take your ass to Jacksonville, them niggas dance like Beach Street niggas.
Still nigga. Still.
You go down to South Florida, them niggas still dance. You go to New Orleans, them niggas still dancing. And it ain't no gay shit. It's just niggas having fun.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about Snap, because niggas was still got their nigga.
Clapping
You know what I mean?
fingers,
So yeah. It was some cool dance shit that you ain't have to look over your shoulder to see who looking at you. And shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's what I like. That's what I liked about Snap.
Yeah.
To me, that was the last
Fun
okay
era.
to dance era.
Fun era.
Yeah.
Well, niggas dance now, but they just dance hard as fuck.
I don't know.
Niggas be dancing hard as fuck. Nigga. I ain't gonna lie, these new dance, these niggas be doing that shit look so goddamn hard.
Yeah.
The TikTok dance era, we don't even acknowledge that shit. It's like, nigga, the dance, they moves they do, you can't even move your feet, nigga. You got because the camera can't catch everything. Every move got to be like body, like everything got to be body gyrating and shit like that.
You
T,
funny
wanna-
nigga,
you want to do sign, drop, deliver, and then credit?
Yeah, I'd rather do put your money where your mouth is first.
Okay.
Ooh.
So we have this segment of the show called I'm Mad That You Here, because you're going to hear it. I'm going to do you too, but you're going to get ready. I'm going to switch it up for you. It's called Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is, where we give you 3 artists. You got to
He's
pick
thinking
one.
already, and we didn't give him nothing.
You
yet.
got to pick one.
I'm not listening.
You got to sign one. You got to pick one to sign. You got to pick one to drop. and you got to pick one to put in development.
Okay.
Mind you, you ran your own label.
Okay.
So you can't say, and this is the fair part. These decisions we giving you is decisions that record labels make every day.
Right.
Like, that's why you hear about artists like Alicia Keys getting dropped. It's like they just was focused on the shit they had. They couldn't get the 50 Cent. They couldn't get the Alicia. L.A. Reid couldn't get the Lady Gaga. He couldn't get to it. It's like, so you understand that this is this is something that we deal with anyway.
And all the artists are at their peak. That's a big thing to mention too.
Oh man,
before
hey, this list, I'm gonna let you know right now. This list, I'm gonna switch some parts up, but this list is Cooley C. I just want to let you know it's Cooley C list.
Okay.
Because I want to put it out there. So I want to go. I'm gonna switch up a little bit, but I want to go first one. Kilo, DJ Kizzy Rock, Raheem the Dream.
Ooh.
Or hold on, here's the other part. If you choose not to answer, you gotta donate $20 to a kids to this nonprofit for the kids.
The Creative
Academy. I'm sorry, y'all got it. We're gonna put that screen.
First of all, for all you people who don't know these artists, Google them.
It's cool.
I want the people who might not know some of these artists to Google them.
Yes.
After they hear my answer, so you got to sign one, you got to drop one, and you got to develop one.
Or you can just pay for the kids, to feed the kids.
Shit. I'm signing Kilo.
Okay.
Off the rip, I'm signing Kilo.
We got money for the kids. Money for the kids.
Okay, yeah. I donate.
The kids got $20. Everybody make it up for the kids. The kids get $20.
Ding, ding, ding.
By the way, this is Cooley C.
Fuck you, Cooley.
All right, cool. 2 Live Crew, DJ Magic Mike, MC Shadi. Nigga, it's unfair you here. I'm about to create one for you. I got you covered.
I wouldn't be here without 2 Live Crew. So 2 Live Crew, I'm signing.
Okay. Shadi, Magic Mike.
Who's getting dropped?
DJ Magic Mike.
God, I'm donating.
$24 for the kids. $4 for the kids.
Yeah.
40 cash.
I gotta live with these niggas.
Oh, this is a good one. I feel like this one gonna be kind of easy. NWA, Goody Mob, or Public Enemy.
Come on, man.
That's what I said. Cooley C. Cooley C did this shit.
Come on, man. I'm signing Goody.
Goody Mob. Let's go. Goody Mob B.
Stick together.
So it's developing and dropping.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna drop Public Enemy.
Are they out of there?
And you develop it NWA.
I'm only because the music I grew up listening to. I love Chuck D. And I heard my man Gip talk about Chuck standing in line. I got a story just like that. He was behind me at the goddamn post office in Fayetteville. and I was like, Chuck D was just in the motherfucking post office. Greatest day of my life. Yeah, but so no disrespect to Public Enemy, just for me, when I heard fucking NWA for the first time, that shit was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because we didn't, the gang culture, all that shit, we didn't know.
That was the first time we got introduced to it.
Yeah, so yeah. No disrespect to Public Enemy.
All right, cool. I'm going to give you, this one going to be a little hard. I'm going to switch it up. Bubba Sparks, Ying Yang Twins, Soulja Boy. Do we get 60?
I'm being honest. And it's funny because when I signed Soulja, I said this is the first good looking act I ever had. I'm just keeping it real. So I'm gonna sign Soulja. I'm gonna develop Ying Yang. No disrespect.
When you gave me an
I love Bubba, but out of those 3,
okay, you got it.
I ain't gonna drop him, but
no, you want $60? We get the 60. We get the 60. $60 for the kids. The kids always win. Always win.
Yeah. God damn, what's your cash out, dog?
Hold on. We got the Creative Academy. Got you. Hold on. I'm gonna give you. Because I have so much respect for you as a producer, I was gonna do 3, but I'm gonna do 5 more. But I think this is gonna be a little easier. Well, not a little easier. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
8 Ball and MJG, UGK, Outkast.
Oh man, signing Outkast all day. I owe $20 more, man. I can't. $80
for the kids. $80 for the kids.
I thought you had an answer too.
Nah.
You asked me.
Hold on. All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna give you a couple more. I'm gonna give you a female one, and then I'm gonna get to the hard one. All right, cool. Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Doja Cat.
Now let me just say for the record. No, for
disclaimer.
real. Doja Cat now is my favorite artist.
Incredible.
In the last however many years she been out, that's been the one artist that every time I hear something from her, I say that's fucking it. Incredible.
Most talented new artist I think in the last 5 years.
So I'm gonna develop her.
Fire.
Oh shit. Okay, we're gonna develop Doja Cat. Okay.
I'm gonna sign Nicki.
Okay.
And now who's the last one?
Cardi B.
$20 more.
$100 for the kids. $100 for the kids. I love this nigga.
He did all that for Doja Cat and just said, I'm a developer.
All right, I'm gonna do. I got a couple more. This is it. This is gonna be. So I'm gonna give you.
Right.
I gotta give you this one.
Okay.
Cause I ain't gonna like certain ones I can skip over, but certain ones I'm just like I gotta hear your thoughts on this. T.I., Ludacris, Lil Wayne.
Fuck.
You got to answer this one.
Fuck.
Get down beat up.
How much I'm in the hole for?
$100. That's it. It's only $100.
It's only a little.
Damn.
It's for the
A
kids,
little
man. The
Benjamin.
kids don't lose.
You need a picture of some kids up here so I can see them.
Where's Dre at? Where's Dre at? We got some kids that actually came through the program that won Grammys.
I need some inspiration, guys.
I got you. We got some. This is
Okay,
by the way,
okay.
it's a music program for kids. It's called the Creative Academy. They teach kids how to produce, how to write songs, how to engineer.
cool.
So it's something that's in brand. What
Okay.
we do.
All right. So you said Wayne.
Wayne, T.I., Luda.
I'm signing Tip. Just
Okay.
just because,
Okay.
goddamn it. Wait a minute. T.I. Wayne and who's the last one?
T.I., Wayne, Ludacris.
Fuck.
$120.
It's for the kids.
$120 for the kids. The kids don't lose. The kids have made more money from me than this show. I swear to God they have.
I ain't never coming back. I ain't never coming back this motherfucker.
Gotta be
Now
real
you go
with
to somebody's
Gotta be
house
real
like,
with
I ain't never going back over that nigga house.
You're so, listen, you're so, see, this is the thing. This is the thing. I got R&B. I got female R&B.
Wait a minute, how many more of these motherfuckers you got?
No. It's only,
cut this.
hold on.
Hey,
It's only two more, but I'm being honest with you.
Okay.
It's really, I'm asking this because I really want to know your opinion.
Right, I wanna
like,
know
it's
the
like,
answer.
you know, the money is cool, but I'm really just trying to
Well,
understand.
when you say drop somebody though,
And listen,
outta here.
labels have to do it every day.
So, but I know. So
They
So,
dropped.
so let me tell you what's unfair about it.
Okay.
Because we know how it ended already.
But
right?
that's what. But that's
So
what
if you line these niggas up and I ain't never heard of none of them right now, it makes the decision a lot easier.
that's how, then that could be your criteria how you make the decision.
I can't because I already know how it ends.
Nah, but you're a producer, so you are a guider of talent. So you
All right,
can look at this.
Let me try to jump outside my
All
mind.
right, cool. All right, so how about this? I'm gonna do two more, and then the bonus one is not even part of. I just want your opinion because
Okay.
I want to see it. All right, so I'm gonna go R&B. All right, and mind you, you just said we know how this shit ended. Let's not go there.
I'm
okay?
gonna try not to
I
go
want
there.
you to factor in.
Erase that.
I want you to factor in just music,
Okay.
talent, and you as a CEO of a label saying, "I got these three niggas sitting in front of my face. I gotta sign one."
Okay.
Are you ready? Usher, Chris Brown, R. Kelly.
Oh, I don't want to play that one.
God damn. Okay, you know how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to think the first videos of each artist.
That's cool. Whatever you want to
Okay,
do.
so you said Usher. That was the one when he was in the hall
Usher was
sliding
like
up the
Usher
floor.
was the Usher was. Can you get with it?
It was no. He had a little kid. He was a little kid sliding down the damn hallway.
I don't remember that. I just
Yeah,
know Usher
he was-
first hit that
he
I
was-
knew was Can You Get
He
With
was
It?
young as fuck. No, it was before that.
Okay.
Who the other one?
Usher, Chris
Brown.
Brown, R. Kelly.
Chris Brown came with that Run It first.
Yes.
Okay, so we going out first videos. Okay, that make
Wherever
it
you wanna
easy.
go.
Okay,
That's just what-
okay, Run It. Who the other one?
R.
Usher,
Kelly.
Chris Brown,
R. Kelly. The public announcement. What was their first shit? But he was in the
R.
group.
Kelly first hit was Honey
No,
Love.
but he was in the group.
they
Though,
had
so I
vi-
had
no,
to-
no,
if
no.
I got to take all them niggas, I'm dropping them.
No, R. Kelly, just R.
You
Kelly.
just R. Kelly.
No, nigga, he was in the
As
group.
a talent, which one you want?
You just said
You can make the decision.
he
It's your
came
choice.
to the office with the other two niggas.
Okay, so R. Kelly and
I'm
public
dropping
announcement.
all them niggas. I'm dropping the group. I'm dropping the group, especially after I know how that shit ends.
Exactly.
We got to drop.
So Usher and Chris Brown, who you signing? Who
We
you
dropping the
developing?
public announcement. Based off the first two videos, I'm gonna sign Chris. Just based off because
It's
I'm going
okay. It's okay.
and I'm gonna develop Usher.
These niggas are super successful
No,
and rich
nigga, you
anyway.
know how niggas be like, nigga. Did you see that shit Collipark said on the
All right, cool. Last one, and then I'm gonna do a bonus because I just want your thought process. Jay-Z, Kanye West, Drake. My water, because this one.
I honestly think Kanye is a genius. I honestly,
I do too. I think he's incredible.
I honestly believe that. So through the wire, when that nigga couldn't even talk,
yeah,
I'm gonna sign him because it was still a good song.
Yeah, he going first song.
Yeah,
I love this nigga. This nigga's so smart. That nigga's
Yeah,
so smart.
right.
First song through the wire, not the rest of the shit. Through the wire.
Right.
Yeah, that. So we signed him.
Right. Drake was the best I ever had, I think.
Yep.
And
Jay-Z was their presidents. I like that. I like how you.
I'm gonna develop Jay because honestly, this is a true story.
Okay.
We got some Jay-Z shit floating around
go.
here. I bought, what was it? Reasonable Doubt. That was the first album.
Yep.
I was bumping that shit.
Yep.
Real talk. Wasn't nobody I knew playing that shit. Mind you, I'm up with Jay, all this shit. But I loved hip hop, East Coast hip hop, the good East Coast hip hop.
Yep.
Jay came to Club Illusions. I don't know if anybody remember this in this room. Jay-Z came to Club Illusions, and it was the most boring shit I ever seen in my life.
Oh, wow.
The show. Because he wasn't the Jay we know now.
Exactly.
He was just rapping, walking around, rapping.
Yeah.
And we coming from the goddamn, all this shit. After I saw that, I stopped listening to the album.
Oh, wow. Because the people weren't fucking with it.
I'm big on live performance. If you can't rock a stage.
So Jay is going to development.
Who was the other one?
Kanye, Jay-Z, Drake.
Based off my first shit, I would have dropped Jay.
Okay, so developing Drake.
And it ain't just because
It's
of pressure.
It's okay.
No, I'm just telling you, we going off first impression because I found them in the beginning.
Yeah.
Drop Jay and Drake. I'm developed Drake. Cause we saw where he started, as a little, yeah.
So we're gonna sign Kanye, develop Drake. Okay, cool. So we done. But I got one question because I just want your thoughts. Tupac, Biggie, X. This is not a part of it, but I just want to know DMX, Tupac, Biggie.
I'm gonna develop Pop because he grew on me. That early
Brenda had got older.
The pre. So I'm big on. I'm a DJ.
Yeah.
So I ain't like his beat selection.
Yeah. He wasn't. Yeah.
So that early Pop, it wasn't until Me Against the World that Pop, that doom, doom, that shit was everywhere.
What?
When I heard, like an elementary.
My first Tupac song that I learned about Tupac on was MC Bree. I gotta get mine.
So I was
didn't even know
signed
Warren G produced that, by the way. We interviewed Warren.
I was signed to Itchy Bun back then.
Yeah.
So but pre that era, that early Pac, that was a bunch of noise.
Yeah.
So you said Pac,
Biggie, X, DMX. This ain't the contest. I just want your opinion because I want to see what you're thinking.
So the first time I saw X was that fucking LL Cool J record.
That 54321. Yeah.
So he was at the end, right?
Yeah.
Nigga. When I saw that nigga, I ain't even know I'm signing X.
So you signed an X.
When I saw that nigga, I was like, who the fuck is that nigga?
We developed
so out of everybody we done talked about, out of all these questions, when I saw that made me say, who the fuck is that nigga?
Yeah.
So X I'm signing. I'm talking about everybody I'm signing X. You said Pac and Biggie. I'm going to develop Biggie just based off the very first shit.
I love it. Mind you, this
I
ain't
owe $20.
Oh, no, we ain't trying to get $20. We ain't even trying to get $20. No, we got it.
I would never go, hey, nigga, I'm never going on record talking about I dropped Tupac, nigga.
I'm about to say.
Never, nigga.
I'm about to say, I'm like, that's the one.
$100, nigga.
What? Let's go. So before we go, before we wrap up, we have this part of the show that is called, it's actually inspired by a brother in this room right now. It's called Credit Check. Because for me, I feel like a lot of the times we say, give somebody their flowers, and that's representing somebody dying, and you give them flowers at their death.
Right.
So they want to give them flowers alive. But you can't do nothing with flowers. You can't leverage flowers. You can actually leverage credit. You can take credit and use that for something else. So I just want you to give a shout out to 3 people who have. It could be 2 to 3.
Luke Skywalker.
People. Hold on. No. That's what I'm saying. Right. They got people who, it's people who played a role in Smurf's career and Smurf's success that you would just want to shout out and be like
personally?
Just personally, like somebody who you like, yo, shout out to this person because they played a role in it. Just and I try not to say not parents because we all know parents and family, but it's like that those people that was along the way that might have given you something or made a phone call or did something that really helped contribute to change your life. So like the guy DJ of
Edward J, number one.
Okay, so Edward J. Shout out to DJ.
Google.
Can we find DJ
Google King Edward J.
King Edward J. I was about to say, can we get King Edward J? I want.
Yeah, he by far in the whole J team. That's the Edward J. And then MC Shadi.
Shadi.
Yep. And then from that, my attorney and great friend Carl Washington. Because what I didn't know at the time is that he was just starting his law firm.
Yeah.
And I was one of his first clients as his own business.
And he moved like you was his only client.
Right.
He moved like you was the only thing. Like he made, it was like you and I think Block or Street or one of those. He moved like y'all was that.
Right. So I have no money when I walked into his office. I had just stopped working with Shadi, but I knew I needed a lawyer. That's one thing I knew I needed. I think Cooley introduced me to Carl Washington.
Shout out to Carl Washington, man.
Yeah, so he was the first person, and I didn't even look at it like this, which shaped the trajectory of my career. I was sitting at his desk. I think he was representing Brad. He had a couple of Freak Nasty had the dip. Yeah. So he had a couple of
I forgot Freak Nasty.
Right. So I'm sitting there. I think he might have had a dip plaque or some shit like that. I'm sitting there, I ain't got no money. I'm just sitting in that bitch. And he looked at me and he said, "Bring me a hit." The rest is history.
Shout out to Carl Washington. Let's give it up for Carl Washington. I ain't gonna lie. Because you know what? He's one of those guys that's moved around the city and everybody he was with, it was like they was his family. So shout out to Carl. So
one thing, he's the first guy, honestly, if he fuck with you, if you're his client, because he had some clients that, we sit around, I started clowning them and shit.
Yeah.
He won't join in on that shit.
Oh, nah.
It's complete 1,000 loyalty. He won't, I don't care how close he is with you, he won't join in on that shit. 1,000% loyalty. Yeah.
I love that. So you guys.
I got one more before we do the last one. What do you want the next generation of music makers, DJs, artists, producers, what do you want them to know?
Wow. Honestly, because we're in an age of in an era of technology, in order for our culture, and I just came back from Mardi Gras, and to be in 2023 and watch that many thousands and thousands and thousands of people celebrating a culture that's so old, right? Nothing that's going on in the world affects them celebrating where they come from. And I just feel like we have to maintain a musical integrity.
Musical integrity.
If we forget, if we just let this money and this fucking the desire to do this, to be seen, step in front of the artistry of what we do, we ain't gonna have shit to come home to after a while.
That motherfucker said the message. That's a fucking message right there. I love that.
Yeah.
What do you think your superpower is?
I want to say, because people around me, they say we're gonna go off your instinct. It's probably my instinct, because I don't know it till it hits me. You know what I mean?
You gotta see
whatever.
It.
Yeah.
I love
and when it hits me, I people ask me what blah blah. I don't know, but when I see it, I'll tell you. Yeah.
So because this is the God Show, Goats and Underdogs, do you consider yourself a goat or underdog?
Probably an underdog.
Why?
But I am a goat though.
Period.
Well, a goat, man.
Yeah. No. Well, I'll say the perception is an underdog, but I am a goat. Yeah.
So what? All right. So you say you're kind of underdog. What do you need to accomplish to make you feel you know what? I am a goat. I'm goat status now.
For me, it's nothing. It's just like what he's saying.
That's
Nigga, you're too quiet. You're too quiet.
He's saying to the world, I'm an underdog, but I know I'm a goat.
Right.
That's his humble way of saying I'm a goat.
Right.
My career and my accomplishment spans over, decades, right? And my influence on the culture, I've been a part of culture shifts. So a lot of people can't say that. I put an S behind that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people can't say that. So, I'm comfortable in my own skin. It's the people around me that get frustrated with me because I don't give a fuck about what other people think.
Exactly. Well, I just want to say thank you. You definitely go to me, nigga.
I appreciate it.
Hey, nigga, any nigga.
Wait, what's his favorite projects that he's been on to you? Like, give me your top 5.
I'm gonna say his record. Ooh Lord.
Okay.
Hey nigga.
Okay.
Ray, no.
Hey nigga. I'm nah, cause it was like, you know, nigga, we was rapping. You was spitting on that shit. I'll say Ooh Lord. I would say Ying Yang Twins Whisper. I think that's probably, I would say, top 5 most innovative rap records of all time.
Thank you. Thank
for
you.
sure. And, I'm gonna say I Bounce You, Miss New Booty.
Okay.
Who was that? Bubba Sparks. That's Bubba Sparks. Collipark, Bubba Sparks.
Yeah.
Ying Yang Twins. I can't lie. I can't sleep on Whistle While You Twerk. It wasn't.
Changed my life.
Yeah, and not only that, it was the only one of his time. It was the only one of his time, and it was just, it cut through. And you didn't produce Soulja Boy, but I'm gonna say Soulja Boy because Soulja Boy shifted the entire rap culture. Soulja Boy is like Kobe Bryant of rap. And hold on, everybody reacted. Let me get my thought out before y'all fucking go crazy.
He almost fell out his shell over there.
He literally probably did pull out.
Okay, so let me tell you why I say that. Because Kobe Bryant, if you know, Kobe Bryant is the reason why the NBA is young now. That's why so many kids love him. Like, because Kobe was the first kid that came in the NBA at 17 and did it his way.
Okay.
And he ushered in the youth.
Okay.
Like, nigga, if you look at the new NBA, that's why everybody compared Jordan and who he played against who LeBron played against. LeBron played against young athletes. Jordan played against grown men. Nigga, you was playing against niggas with beards and ball spots. Yeah. You know, nigga, that'll knock your ass off your feet if you do this. And Kobe came into the league and he was arrogant about it. He was like a young, arrogant dude. And if you pay attention, if you know Kobe's history, by the way, I don't just talk shit. I can actually back it up with facts. Kobe he shot 3 shots, 3 air balls in a game 6 or game 7 of a Lakers series but they let him shoot that. They was like, let this little young nigga think he the shit, let him shoot it. Right. But those are things that made him so great because he came back. And that's why if you pay attention to Kobe, he got more love than LeBron because he's the reason why young niggas run the NBA. And Soulja Boy ushered in young rappers.
And let me say this about Soulja, because I don't talk much about Soulja. Yeah. Where I pat myself on the back about Soulja, because I found him with a dance. Yeah. Right? And at the time, you know, a lot of dance records was out. Yep. But I intentionally branded him as a young marketing genius. Yeah. Beyond a dance record.
And I think
because it would have been a one-hit wonder.
That's my point.
It would have been a one-hit wonder, but we intentionally SOD, stacks on deck. We intentionally put that out front. Because kind of like what I'm saying now. I want to find the next CEO, the next Collipark, the next Ray. Yeah. So we intentionally did that with him and gave him a platform for acceptance. I never took credit for what he did.
Exactly. That's why I know most people don't even know. That's why I brought it up.
Right. Sure. But that was very intentional though. Yeah. Because I didn't want to be.
You let him be his own
thing. You know what I compared it to? No disrespect, but I looked at anybody that was signed to like So Def, Jermaine produced them for the most part. Yeah. For the most part. I said I didn't want to be that because I was at Interscope. I wanted to be Jimmy.
Yeah. So you wanted to let your artist fly without you.
Do your thing.
But let me tell you another thing. Soulja Boy is the first, I want to say he's the first successful immature rapper.
Oh, like that.
Let me tell you what I mean. Hear me out.
I ain't never heard that shit.
No, hear me out. Right. No, hear me out. Bow Wow was a kid.
Right.
He acted like a kid. Crisscross were kids. You got to remember, Soulja Boy was 16, and he was rapping grown man shit. Like, him and Bow Wow was the same age. Bow Wow was rapping kid shit. Right. And Soulja Boy was rapping about Superman, that hoe. Like, he was really on some young, ignorant, young nigga shit. Yeah. He had the big T-shirts. He was literally like a kid that we watched grow up. But to me, he ushered in the immaturity of rap. He ushered in the idea of being a rap genius, like kind of like being your own thing. Like nobody was like that. Dog, Bow Wow was a creation of JD. Yeah. If you look at any, he was and his own creation.
And you just said something I never compared the two like that, but you're right. Bow Wow was a creation of Jay, and
that's why. But he was his own creation, and he ushered in young rap niggas doing it their way. He was the first real hip hop artist that grown niggas did not understand, did not even want. How about this? Still didn't understand, didn't want to understand, didn't care to understand.
Right.
But it was something that he did that touched kids in a way that made him like a legend that he is today. I mean, he was the first kid on YouTube. He was the first kid playing with his own video game. Like, he did shit that other rappers thought was immature, was like beneath them.
Right.
And he showed you can make millions of dollars doing it. And that's why I think
because the kids run this shit. I don't care what y'all think.
He was the first one. So that's why I mean, like, no disrespect to Kobe, because I love Kobe, but I'm saying Kobe is the reason why the NBA is young. And I think Soulja Boy is a big reason why rap.
We used to say that though. He kicked all the old niggas out.
He made.
We said it with back then.
Yeah, he made niggas old. Soulja Boy made niggas old.
Yeah,
he was like the first nigga that came out that was young enough to be nigga's son. That was rapping about grown man shit. Like, nigga, this. You
right? Because we literally used to say that.
Hey, bro, I don't talk crazy. My team was like, what the fuck? I'm like, bro.
Yeah, we almost fell out. But can you tell us what's next for you and where those people that are gonna be in your DMs, what's your @ name so they can find you?
Collipark, let's go across the board. Colli. And I'm glad. Wait a minute. Before I spell that. And I'm glad we got Gip in the room. Somebody asked me about this. I'm not the first person to say Collipark by no stretch of the imagination.
No,
but I do believe I'm the first person to spell it
that way. Yeah, you are.
Right. Am I right?
You're right.
Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to put that on the record.
Shout out to Collipark. Thank you for being on the Guy Show. This is the Guy Show, man. We are out.